Hi Scorpio, welcome back to my channel, Karma Fox. I am doing your weekly reading for October. I hope you're doing well. I am going to take a second to remind you that this is a general reading. It may not resonate with every Scorpio out there. So guys, just take what resonates for you and just simply leave the rest for someone else. Keep in mind that the energies can reverse. So if it is resonating, go ahead and get in where you fit in. But as always, Scorpio, don't force yourself into a reading that's not for you. Spirit, can I have the energy of the sign of Scorpio? Scorpio. All right, we have the Empress. We have the Page of Wands. And coming out together, we have the Knight of Swords reversed along with the Death card. Very similar energy to what Pisces had. So I do see, though, that with the Empress here, I love this energy for you. I feel like you are ready for something new. This Empress is pregnant. She's trying to birth something. It's the energy of somebody who is abundant, somebody who knows their value, knows her self-worth, somebody who is also very loyal and very nurturing, very kind. Somebody who's gone through a lot of ups and downs in life. But definitely knows their value and self-worth and is very nurturing. With the Page of Wands, this is new love. This is somebody new that's in your energy, or a new road. This could be an entrepreneurial type of energy as well. You could be embarking on something outside of relationships that you're trying to grow. But I see that this is a spark. This is something new. This is something you're excited about. And it looks like it's a new direction. With the Death card here, that indicates that something here has ended, but there is still some kind of a tie. It's like somebody's trying to keep that door open with you. This would be somebody you're not talking to. There's like, even though there's been an ending, there's like something that's still binding you with that person, but it would be someone you're not talking to. I don't feel like you're leaning into that, but they're showing up here in your energy. Let me see who's in your energy. Show me who is in Scorpio's energy. Show me who's in Scorpio's energy. All right, so the person in your energy, we have the Devil. Uh-oh. Could be dealing with a Capricorn. We have the World, and we have the Nine of Wands in the reverse. Yeah, this is somebody in your energy that is in a little bit of a toxic energy themselves. They feel strongly attached to you, which is why they're trying to leave that door open. I feel like you're embarking on something new here, though. Now, in their energy, like, they can't even understand why it is that they're so like bound to you. So they feel bound to you. They feel tied to you in some manner. They're not really willing to let this completely go. This is somebody who wants to close out a cycle so a new cycle can begin. It's almost the energy of somebody who wants to resolve problems, wants to let go of the past and move into something new. Nine of Wands in the reverse. This person, they at times feel pretty hopeless. They're kind of feeling like they've been fighting the battles of the world. They're tired. They're exhausted. So we'll clarify all of that. Let me see the energy between Scorpio and this person. Show me the energy between Scorpio and this person. Because, see, you're showing up with the Empress energy, which is a very high vibration. They're showing up with the Devil, which is a toxic vibration. Yeah, this is someone from your past. Six of Cups in the reverse. This is somebody that you've released. You're letting this person go. Yeah, and they're feeling this strong bond with you, some sort of strong tie. And I feel like it's them that's trying to keep that door open, not you. Let me see what's affecting this connection. The Knight of Cups in the reverse. You've turned this person down, or they feel like you would. But see, they want to let bygones be bygones. You feel like it's So this person could have some sort of toxic energy. They could, it could be some sort of addiction, or it could be something as simple as they're a workaholic. I don't know, but there's some sort of toxicity here that it's not, you're not vibing with it. Your vibration here, Scorpio, is completely different than theirs. And I feel like if this person did offer you something, you would be like, no, that's only going to hurt me in the end. And it looks like you're moving down a different path towards something or someone that you feel is going to be better for you. Someone you're excited about, or something you're excited about. I don't feel like you're open to this person's advances, but they would like to just, whatever happened in the past, they want to just start out on a clean slate. Like it never happened, So I do feel like there was love here, but I also feel like there's an element of danger, or there's an element of it not being good for you. So I feel like you're not receptive to it. Let me see the outcome. Show me the outcome between Scorpio and this person. I get the feeling like you feel this person doesn't tell the truth, that they lie, that, they haven't been on the up and up. They haven't been honest with you, perhaps, in the past. Yeah, you're not investing in this. 7 of Pentacles in the reverse. And you're impatient for this person to, really, you grew impatient with them to do what it was that you were hoping they would do. They're showing up with the Queen of Pentacles. This is somebody that feels, it's almost a possessive energy. They feel like you are their person. It's almost a possessive energy, like they've claimed you in some manner. Now, for some of you, this person could be married, and they're trying to keep that door open. Yeah, this person definitely has you up on a pedestal, though. You could be dealing with a Taurus, Virgo, or a Capricorn. Regardless, I feel like you're not talking with this person. You're not investing in this person. And you're not even focused on this person. You're focused on you. You're trying to begin something new, something you feel really good about. And I don't feel like I don't feel like you have this person on your radar at all. Bottom of the deck is the 7 of Swords reversed. Yeah, this person could have been really deceptive. It could be that they're already in another connection or another relationship. There was something deceptive here, though, and whatever it is has either been revealed or is going to be revealed. And I don't see that in your energy, especially with you vibing in the Empress energy. So let's clarify. I feel like you're kind of stepping into your power by not engaging with this person in any way. Let me see why the Empress is here for Scorpio. Yeah, 2 of Cups reversed and the 10 of Swords. This ended. This was a painful ending for you. You've released this person. You've let them go. At some point, you thought that this was going to go the distance. You thought this person was your soulmate. At some point, I feel like you were happy, like you thought this was going to be the best thing ever. But with this 10 of Swords, you may feel this person betrayed you in some manner. Regardless, you've released this person. Let me see why the Page of Wands is here. Okay, so the 3 of Cups and the 9 of Pentacles reversed. So in the midst of loss, you're going to you either have or you're going to meet somebody new. It could be through online dating. 3 of Cups can indicate online dating, or you could be out with friends, or you could be at some event. But if you haven't met this Page of Wands, you're going to. If you did, I can see that you enjoy spending time with them. They make you happy. Be careful that you don't have a codependent energy here. If that's something that you've battled with in the past, be sure that you look at that and you address that. But overall, you went through a terrible loss with this person from the past. It was painful. There was betrayal involved. There was something deceptive that you have either found out about or you're going to find out about. But this new person has brought a spark back into your life. Yeah. They've brought a spark back into your life. I also feel like you're not accepting advances from this person because they may be acting single when they're not. Let me see the bottom energy for Scorpio. King of Wands, the Emperor, and Temperance. Yeah, you're healing. You're healing. You've closed the door, but I think you're aware that this other person has not. Could be an Aries, Leo, or a Sagittarius, with Aries being very strong here. But, well, actually, Sagittarius is very strong too. But I feel like you've closed this door, but you're aware that this other person has not. Even so, you are taking the initiative to move your life forward. It looks like this person that was in your energy, that they were somebody who liked control. They like to, they speak and you do, kind of deal. But I feel like they weren't honest with you. They weren't on the up and up. And I feel like you're not talking to them anymore. Now, it could also be that this new person is an Aries, possibly a Leo or Sag. But regardless, I feel like you're moving in that direction. You're feeling passionate towards someone else, somebody that you feel like is your equal, somebody who's also high vibing. So there's this new energy that has come into your life, and that's where your attention is going. And it's healing for you as well. Some of you may have met your true soulmate or a twin flame. Yeah. And so I do feel like you're very passionate towards somebody here, somebody that you met in a, some sort of a, like, maybe you were out with friends or you were at some event and you were literally trying to get over this person from the past when you met this new person. And if you haven't, you will. I feel like this person is going to be somebody who is your equal. It's going to be your emperor. It's going to be somebody that is going to bring healing energy and a balance that this person from the past did not. I don't see you investing in this connection here from the past. Now, let me see their energy. Why is the Devil here? It could just be that you have, that this is a Capricorn, because that energy is very strong. All right, 4 of Wands reversed and the 8 of Pentacles. If this person was in a relationship, they may have told you that they were ending that relationship. They were putting effort into this connection, but they're still showing up with the Devil in the upright, which tells me that there is still some toxic energy here. So they may have told you that they were ending a connection, or they may have been on a break from a marriage or connection when they met you. You could have met this person at work. You didn't have to. If so, they may have been in a supervisory type of position. But I feel like this is somebody who, they knew what it was that you wanted, and they kind of led you down that road. Why is the World here? Why is the World here for the person in Scorpio's energy? The Knight of Swords and the 9 of Cups. Well, of course they see you as wish fulfillment. Why wouldn't they? You're in the Empress energy. So yeah, I'm sure they do. They're going to come rushing in to tell you that they want to be with you, that they want to let bygones be bygones. They want to turn over a new leaf, that, you are wish fulfillment. The problem is that they're in the Devil energy and the 9 of Cups. So 9 of Cups can sometimes indicate a selfishness, only thinking about themselves and what they want. So be very careful with this person, because this person is trying to keep that door open. They're trying to keep a tie to you. So they're going to come rushing in. They want to talk to you. Why is the 9 of Wands in reverse? Why is the 9 of Wands in reverse? The Lovers in reverse and the 6 of Pentacles. They're going to try to present themselves as being very, very generous. However, this is somebody who did give to more than one situation. See, They were given to you and this Queen of Pentacles here. Yeah. This is somebody who really does like control. They like to be in charge. They like to, for everybody to do what they say. But there's a Queen of Pentacles that's here. This person, when you end this person is going to try to balance things out with this Queen of Pentacles. It's like they want their cake and eat it too, which is why we see this Devil energy here. They feel like you chose someone over them, so they're gonna find out that you are now involved with someone else. I feel like you grew impatient for this person to keep their word. I feel like this is somebody that came in and said, "Hey, you know, I'm still in this relationship, but I'm ending it. I'm getting out of it. If they're married, like I'm getting a divorce." And then they didn't follow through on that. And you grew impatient for them to do so. And finally you were like, no, this has to go because, you know, on the daily you're betraying me here. And so I feel like you may have ended it. You were in a lot of pain doing so. And that's when this new person came into your energy. So let's look at the energy between you and this person. Why is the Six of Cups in reverse? I also feel like this is somebody who didn't really put in any effort until you tried to let them go. Okay, we have the Eight of Swords and, yeah, the Seven of Pentacles. So that's when they started investing in it. That's when they started putting in effort. I don't feel like this was easy for you to close this off. This was painful. But you're an Empress, and you weren't going to be put in competition with someone else. So I feel like, you know, you struggled with this, and I feel like you may have even thought about this person for a long time. There's a little bit of obsessing energy, but ultimately, Scorpio, you know who you are. You know you're in this Empress energy, and you just weren't willing to accept less. This is somebody who, they were toxic in the way they were trying to, it's a manipulative energy. And as soon as you started releasing them, that's when they started putting in effort. And then they would wait to see what you would do. So it's almost like they were going to give just enough to pull you back in and then wait to see what would happen from there. Let me see why the Knight of Cups is in reverse. Why is the Knight of Cups in reverse? All right, Wheel of Fortune reversed. And the Ten of Pentacles reversed. Yeah, you're done here. This is somebody who claimed that they were going to end something else, and they didn't. They were pretending to be single. Yeah, they were pretending to be single, and I feel like you're not accepting their attention at this point. And the more you've decided you're not going to accept their attention, the more effort that they tried to put in. However, they're experiencing negative karma. They're going through negative karma, and that's the fact that you are no longer giving to them emotionally. And I can see why they're like so drawn to you, because you're in this Empress energy, and the Empress is a giver. The Empress is somebody who, you know, if you know, come to the Empress and you provide love, they will multiply that. And I feel like that's what you were doing for the longest time. And then they didn't follow through with what they had led you to believe they were going to do. So now this person is suffering the karma of what they did to you. So you have become their karma. Yeah. They're going to come in to talk to you, though. They're going to come in and say, you're the person I want to be with. You know, can't we just let bygones be bygones? And I think you're going to smack them down. All right, let me look at the bottom energy. Show me the outcome between Scorpio and this person. And ironically, you're getting karma too, but it's good karma. You're receiving now somebody who is your equal. All right, we have Judgment. We have the Moon, Cancerian energy. And we have the Four of Pentacles reversed. Yeah, so I do feel like this person's going to come in. With the moon here, they still have secrets, though. And the secrets have to do with the fact that there is still somebody else in their energy. There's this Queen of Pentacles that's still here. They're going to claim that they are going to release that person. They're going to let them go. Can you please, you know, work this out with them? Yeah, and they're going to tell you a pity story as well. But I just don't think this person's on the up and up. I think with this devil energy, they're in a very toxic energy, and they're keeping secrets. They're definitely keeping secrets. So they're not telling you everything. Now, in your energy, I see you making a judgment call here. This person's going to try to reconcile with you. I see you making a judgment call not to invest with this person. And a lot of that is due to the fact that you slammed that door shut, and it was hard to do so. And I feel like you have somebody new here in your energy that you're very attracted towards. And this person is your equal. I feel like this is going to heal you. It's going to help to heal you. You're already healing. You having the strength to shut that door, even though they were trying to keep the door open, I feel like that in itself was healing energy. And I think Spirit has brought to you somebody that is your equal, somebody that's going to, you know, give to you what you were giving. So I see you making a judgment call that, you know, you're not going to invest in this. You do feel that this person's being deceptive, that they're hiding things, and I would have to agree. Bottom of the deck is the Seven of Cups in the reverse. This is indicating to me that, you know, you had options, but you've kind of narrowed those options down. You have somebody new in your energy, and you don't want to deal with somebody who you don't trust, who's somebody who's been deceptive in the past. It also indicates to me that you now have clarity. You're seeing this person, you know, for who they were. I feel like you may have had rose-colored glasses on with regard to this person in the past, and now you're seeing them very clearly. All right, so let me pull an oracle card for you. Yeah, you have number 20. It says family and tribe. Interesting. So give me just a second. It says, be very discerning with other people's opinions. Become aware of how the beliefs of your family and tribe are influencing you. What did you learn about relationships, money, and opportunities when you were younger? Ask yourself, am I still carrying some of these outdated beliefs? Am I trying to seek love and approval from my family by doing what they want me to do? An important question to ask yourself is whether you're living your life in order to make someone else happy or yourself happy. This card asks you to examine your loyalties, family beliefs, superstitions, and rituals that have power over you. Let go of anything that is not serving you. You're also being asked to face your fears of being different and embrace your uniqueness, even if others don't understand or approve of your actions. Often working with your energy centers, in particular the root chakra, can help you release past limitations and hurts, increase your confidence, and help you manifest your desires into physical reality. All right. I hope that this has been helpful for you, Scorpio. If you've resonated with this reading, hit that like button. Be sure to subscribe to my channel. And until I see you guys in your next reading, Scorpio, know that you are loved, and namaste.